There are many events that we think of when thinking about what really started the American Civil War. We might think about the Mexican-American War, the Compromise of 1850, the publication of Uncle Tom's Cabin, the Kansas-Nebraska Act, the Dred Scott decision, or John Brown's raid. And of course, they all played a pivotal role in leading to the Civil War. Each event really divided the country more and more as time went on. The Mexican-American War and the acquisition of new land really started these disputes over which states should be slave states and which states should be free states. The Compromise of 1850 and the Kansas-Nebraska Act really built on these border dispute issues. The Dred Scott decision touched on the issue of freedom of slaves and former slaves, and John Brown's raid built on the Dred Scott case by attempting a slave revolt, which further threatened the southern slave states' cases. But the iceberg really tipped over when Abraham Lincoln came into the picture. We all know who Abraham Lincoln is, right? He's the guy who abolished slavery in 1863. He's known for becoming the president and kind of starting the Civil War because his presidential victory led the South to feel further divided from the rest of the United States. President Lincoln said that he wanted the West to be free from slavery, and that didn't go so well for the southern states. So the southern states didn't think Lincoln was that cool. That's cool, but this caused their eventual succession, whatever. This caused them to eventually leave, along with 6 other states in the South. And here's South Carolina's declaration of the cause of secession. South Carolina was the first country to officially secede from the United States and create their own independent state. In it, it says, on the 4th day of March next, the Republican Party will take possession of the government. It has announced that the South shall be excluded from the common territory, and that a war must be waged against slavery until it shall cease throughout the United States. The guarantees of the Constitution will then no longer exist. The equal rights of the states will be lost. The slaveholding states will no longer have the power of self-government or self-protection, and the federal government will have become their enemy. And just like that, they decided to leave. They didn't want the president to free their slaves. They thought that Mr. Perez over here was taking their rights away by abolishing slavery, and so they blamed Mr. Future President over here, and they just up and left. These 7 states, South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas, went on to form the Confederate States of America. The story kind of went like this. Abraham became president, and he was like, hey guys, come back, we promise to let you keep your slaves. And the Confederate States were like, no way, old man, you suck. And then they basically started a war. And guess who didn't get to keep their nice little independent state? The Confederate States. Oh no. And yeah, so basically this shift of power that favored the Northern Republican Party obviously made the Southerners upset because Lincoln promised that he would abolish slavery, and the South wanted to keep their slaves, and the South was really mad about that, so they were like, okay, we're just gonna leave and we're gonna do our own thing. But nobody else wanted that. And the North wanted the South to come back, and they were like, hey, you guys should come back. And then they started a war, and that's how the Civil War started. So these 6 states, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas. No, what the heck? These 7 states. Oh my god. 7. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. These 7 states. Okay.